Today's main topic, word choice,
Yes.
diction. How does that play into your success as an agent, as an agency owner, as an FMO, as an IMO? What you say, what you write, what your, like we talked about a second ago, what's your business title on your card? Are you going to say insurance producer, independent agent? I mean, honestly, that we could probably talk about business cards for 30 minutes here because
Aggressive insurance
I've
salesman.
I don't take no. I don't take no for an answer. Only yes. We're
Smith
signing up.
Smith Insurance Group, where we don't take no for an answer.
Agent Smith.
Agent Smith.
Shannon Sharp Insurance Group. We don't take no for an answer.
No, I think, it.
What does your business card say? Why don't we start there?
Mine for
CEO,
years said president.
president.
But since we
Even
rebranded,
early on, you were president.
yeah,
That's
like
better than VP. Look at you.
like
Look at
day
you.
one, I was, you know what I mean? Because, and I would go to people's
does
houses
that
and I'd be
say?
like, Christian Brindle, president. And I'd be like, Christian Brindle, president. Now it says CEO. So since the merger and since the rebrand, I think I felt, and I think a lot of us felt internally, that it was just more appropriate of a title. No one understands what president means, to be honest with you.
Ironically, I have one of my early business cards right here.
Oh,
You see that?
blurry. What is? I'm having a hard time.
It was clear for a second. Oh.
Mortgage protection specialist.
Yes, look at you.
Oh,
Look at you. So that was my main focus at the time, was selling mortgage protection. So that's what I had on my card. I was a mortgage protection specialist. So again, let's get into this, right? It's like I could have easily had something that said life insurance. I could have had something life insurance specialist, life insurance producer, insurance producer. I could have been general agent. I mean, I could probably come up with a list right now of 50 different ways I could have had my title listed on my business card, but I went with mortgage protection specialist at the time because I'm trying to line up my title with the marketing that I'm working with, right? Word choice, right? The marketing is mortgage protection. The letters I was mainly working with, I had some final expense too, but the letters I was working were mortgage protection letters. So I wanted it to look like this is the guy, right? They get a letter, kind of looks like their, life insurance to cover their mortgage that has like their bank on it. I'm calling, hey, this is Glenn. I'm the mortgage protection specialist. You filled out this letter. Looks like you need coverage for your mortgage in the event of a death or disability. Do you remember filling out that card? So that was kind of my word choice, lining it up with the marketing, my title, trying to make it as fluid as possible.
So yeah, I think that's really a good topic. I mean, so my business card, if we really wanted to get into the meat and potatoes of it, so my cards always said, no matter what branding we were doing, and we went through a lot of different rebrands over the years, but this last one we did when we went from Christian Brindle Insurance to Everything Senior Insurance, that was like the only name change, but we went through like logo changes, color changes, brand kit changes, kind of thing like that. But one thing my card always said, I don't think it says it now, because I think we've tried to more lean into being diversified a little bit, right, with the client, and not only leaning into Medicare, but Medicare was our humongous focus, still is. And so my card would always say Christian Brindle, president, whatever my title is, Christian Brindle Insurance Services, specializing in Medicare health plans, because that was always something I wanted to be extremely clear about what we did and what our main focus was. But I've seen people that will put things similar to that on their cards or their email signatures. And, I've seen people where they'll be like Medicare supplement, Medicare Advantage, Medicare Part D, dental vision. Like, they list like 10 things.
Right.
And I wanted it to be short and sweet, specializing in Medicare health plans, because I felt like that was a better representation of a broad overall, that we did it all under the sun. I liked simple. I didn't like my cards to be too busy. I didn't want my logos or branding to be too busy. And so I don't know. I don't think my cards were ever the best of the best necessarily. Like, I never put that much attention into them, but those were some little things that I tried to pay attention to when I was structuring them and what I wanted them to say.
If you, and this is, again, you guys, this is just like one branch of this topic, is the title of
Mm-hmm.
your business card. But, if you dissect that further, what you're looking at here is, you know, if there's too many words, you're going to probably lose that person, right? They're probably not going to read all of it. And if it looks too busy or too messy, like Christian said, they're not going to necessarily be able to look at it and just grab, oh, this is what this person does. So, and then if you go too vague, that's another problem that I've seen people do with business names, with titles, with marketing. One of the popular the final expense. So I was talking about the mortgage protection leads. The leads I used to work, they were direct mail leads that said $255 Social Security benefit in the event of your death. It was something. It's like the most horrifically worded marketing piece in the world. Like, you show up and people are like expecting a $255 check from Social Security, and you have to work your way around in that conversation where you're like, well, yeah, but Social Security is not going to cover your death, so that's what I'm here to do. And like, that was like the navigation on that. So, you go too vague, they're going to completely misunderstand who you are and what your message is and what you're doing. You go too long, you try to get too specific, you're going to lose them. They're not going to read it. They're not going to be able to just look at it and know who you are and what you do. You scare them off with the scary terms. Insurance, unfortunately, has kind of a negative connotation around it. I think a lot of people hear the word insurance, and especially if it's a marketing piece, life insurance especially has some negative connotations around it. So what do you say, right? What are some words you like instead of insurance, Christian, if you're marketing?
Like, if I'm marketing, I like the word coverage.
Coverage, that's a great one.
I like benefits. Like, get the benefits you're entitled to, get the benefits you
Yeah,
deserve, get the
that's one of
benefits.
my favorites. Yeah.
I like those two words quite a bit. One I've used before over the years that's had some success is like, make sure you have the proper protection today. Make sure you're protected, those kind of things. And I
Yeah.
think, and you see it in all lines of insurance too, right? Like, we're really delving into life insurance and final expense in the agency right now, right? So talking about that a little bit, like, you're typically not going to say, I need to talk to you about your final expense life insurance.
Right.
Probably not going to
Right.
say it, but you'll probably say, I need to talk to you about burial protection or burial program, or burial insurance or something like that, right?
Burial benefits. Yeah.
Burial
Yep.
benefits, yeah.
Yep.
And so it oftentimes, you can say the same thing, whether it be in your scripting, whether it be in your marketing, whether it be in your branding, whether it be on your website. You can say the same thing 3, 4, 5, 6 different ways, but it's not about what you say or the message you're saying. It's how you say it. It's how you deliver it. And there's right ways and wrong ways.